everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see two quarterbacks who've hooked up many, many times in the past in their NFC North battles. It's Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers.
Larry, from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL, there's a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Perry Riley coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And some room to roam now. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
The slot man in motion right. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Rodgers handing to Montgomery. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On second down, Montgomery. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
A first half update now from Philadelphia. And the Eagles out in front early. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now Rodgers to throw on 3rd down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Akeem Spence with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. A big hit. Knocked down sideways, right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. After the run, now Stafford gonna throw. Uncorks one for Davis. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try.
He's got him in, complete. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 57 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Rodgers. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
But when it all comes together and you get the field goal block that's been designed, that's been drawn up, everyone has to feel good about it on that side of the ball. How about that one there? To the left side. Knew what they had. That's where they wanted to be. And they got their designated guy turned free.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. A nice little juke. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Going up top. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Second down following the incompletion. Throwing again. Stafford. This is Riddick on the screen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
On first down, it's goal. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. So now facing a 3rd and 16 following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction. From the 50, Stafford. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They'll fake it. Now Stafford rolling to his right. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Trevor Davis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are in for 6. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll send the tight end Bennett in motion. And this is the 10th carry for Ty Montgomery. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Elsewhere, second quarter in D.C. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Rodgers going to give this one to Montgomery. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Packers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And Detroit getting set to go now. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Mike Daniels. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Slot man moves right. On the handoff, it's Gore. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and now the Packers going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Play action, Stafford. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now a play fake here on first down. Able to power through. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And I think the ball's out, and the Packers pick it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
They make so many catches that are so tough, so acrobatic, so difficult, that often surprises me when they actually turn the ball over. You know, when the ball actually comes free. It's amazing sometimes because of what we see them do on so many different plays.
Had the catch, but couldn't control it on the contact. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. After the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Looking deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 50 yards.
I love how he just charged off the line of scrimmage as fast as he could, gave a head fake or two, and headed toward the post in the middle of the field. How about the delivery of the football? A big play as a result.
Montgomery on the counter. He's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Ty Montgomery, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Detroit. Around the NFL, they're in the 2nd in Philly, and the Eagles out in front early. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with, and they say challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away. He
is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Packers get set to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Packers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Touchdown, Lions. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go play action for Montgomery, and now Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. That one goes for 24 yards. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Shift together here from the D-line. Throwing now is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff for Gore. And he's got room. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Gore again here on 1st down. And he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Uncorks one for Davis. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Demarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Play clock winding down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Rodgers, he's going to air one. And got his man complete. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Lets it go for Nelson. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. After the interception, here's Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jake Ryan not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up. And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. They'll try to get something going with Ty Montgomery. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Look at the 8.
Rodgers hands to Montgomery, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front, creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
Throwing is Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the 2nd half at FedEx Field now. And the Giants have now taken the lead in that ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. To throw is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Demarcus Lawrence in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. Again, they run. Again, it's Gore. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Checking things elsewhere. Third quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Now Stafford throwing deep for Galladay. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Okay, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen in today's NFL, they're going to weigh over 300 pounds. But that doesn't mean they don't have agility. And the way that they can get out in front of a runner and create a space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and the runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because it's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked really well for a nice piece of yardage.
A great move by Montgomery. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 65 yards on the ground. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And he's got the connection to his tight end, Bennett. Touchdown, Packers. Martellus Bennett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. Rodgers going to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Crosby on now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll try and start the drive here with Gore. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll fake the give, now Stafford. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Now it's Gore. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. And they're definitely showing blitz here. And the slot man goes in motion left. From the 50, it's Stafford. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Trevor Davis, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Rodgers now on 1st down. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers finds his target, Montgomery, and he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Elsewhere, a 4th quarter score now from Tampa. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. And able to to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And this will probably be the last play they can squeeze in here before the 2-minute warning.
Defense always has to be careful in this situation. A lot of teams like to take a shot.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Easy. 319.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A swing pass caught. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 45 yards. I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
He got it there. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run forward with Montgomery. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Second down, the ball on the 2 here, second and goal. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. They gotta have 6 here. It's third and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
319.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Oh, able to avoid him. Still fighting for more. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it'll be first down here after the run.
Here we go.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
People trying to say I'm only enemy. Got a code with my dogs, can't get in between. I can give them life, no more energy. Man, amen. Spent about 60 on the time, I can't even lie. No way in, no way out, do or die. So on roll, when I roll, must be. Amen, man. I can't ride Benz, I don't do peace. I beast, I gotta eat. Saber tooth, tiger, diamond tooth teeth. Rockin' right now, won't you come peep? I was outside. The way that shake, leave your mouth wide. You need to say grace for you say thanks. Amen, what's left in my life, don't know what's in store. I've been dealing with these blessings that I can't ignore. Putting up the numbers, we ain't keeping score. Amen. I hit on the block, my side. Run it in the house for it's 12 o'clock. Yeah, the hood love me, but you gotta watch. Amen. I just three, I don't do sleep. Yeah, tryna see, UV. Yeah, we gon' fall through, coming through deep. Amen. Yeah, packed it from the south, moved it to the west. Iced the logo on the cross, threw it on my neck. Yeah, when I rep the set, gotta stay blessed. Yeah. Amen. People tryna say I'm only enemy. Got a code with my dogs, can't get in between. I can give them life, no more energy. Amen. Man, what it meant to me. Everybody tryna take the identity. Everybody around me turn to a friend of me. Sit back while I take on a remedy.